Welcome to the Hustling Podcast. Today we are joined by Ronen Hirsch, the owner, designer, and developer of Studio Umbrella. He's going to chat to us today about his company. We're going to get to know him a bit and just have a good time. So welcome, Ronen. Thank you for your time and happy
It's all good.
Valentine's Day. I stumbled through it, but we
Thank
got there.
you. It's all good. Thank you for having me on, Izzy. Excited to be here.
Awesome. Thank you for coming. Thank you. So talk to me. What is Studio Umbrella?
So, Studio Umbrella, it's a web design and development business agency, mini agency, however you want to call it, where I offer web design and development services, primarily WordPress websites and Shopify websites, and
Okay.
especially Shopify websites, like more concentrated on Shopify than WordPress, but we do both. It's a
Mm-hmm.
small business. It's just me. It's mainly just me and another junior developer that works for me.
Okay.
And yeah, we work in a variety of different industries, build websites and online stores for merchants, and we also collaborate with other web designers that just need development services. So
Mm-hmm.
that's basically, in a nutshell, what we do. There's another business that I run parallel to this. It's called quickcode.com.
Okay.
And there, it's very related. Because I have so much experience with Shopify, we build like pre-built code snippets for Shopify sites, and we sell them online, so that
Okay.
merchants can easily just download if they want to add in a certain specific content block to their website. They're called sections for whoever has experience with Shopify. So they're just different sections where when you install your theme, you're sometimes limited to what you can display, and sometimes the features and the settings are limited. So we expand on that, and we give more options for displaying
Yeah.
content. Yeah,
Okay, cool. So, I'm not very well versed in Shopify. I'm not gonna lie. Can you explain the sections part to me? What is like, when would you give me an example? When would I need that?
sure. So, I mean, basically in any website, even if it's not an online store, it's just a regular website.
Mm-hmm.
There's this kind of repeated type of layout where you see on websites. You have the hero image above, like a
Yeah.
slideshow. Then you have like a
Yeah.
text block, and then you have a blurb like this or like that, and on
Yeah.
stores themselves you have like a carousel of featured products, for instance. So each one of
Yeah.
those are actually sections, and those are the name. That's the name
Right.
that they're called specifically in Shopify. So
Okay.
sometimes a theme, for instance, a theme that you download that has all these like featured product section. Um,
Mm-hmm.
let's say you want to have five columns, but their
Mm-hmm.
section only allows for three, or you
Yeah.
want more space between each product, or bigger fonts, or whatever
Yeah.
it may be.
Yeah.
And the theme limits you. So then we offer those sections that have a lot more flexibility to them. And that way you
Oh,
can do that without hiring a developer, which would cost you much more money and
yeah.
more time. So you just download, easily install it, and
Yeah.
upgrade your site to what you want it to be.
Awesome. Okay,
Yeah,
cool. I had no idea like that much went into it. I'm not gonna lie. I thought,
yeah.
Shopify kind of just hand gave you a template and you kind of went with it. I didn't
Yeah, I mean,
realize that there
basically you
was some
could.
restrictions.
Basically, the beauty about Shopify is that you can really just plug and play. You can sign up within 15 minutes. You can have a store online.
Yeah,
It's really not that big of a deal. But then when you start working with it, and you're like, oh, I want it to look like that website, or I want these extra
yeah,
features, then you either hire a
that's right.
developer, or
Yeah.
you get sections, or however
Interesting.
you want to improve the site. Yeah,
Okay, cool. Awesome. So then,
yeah.
when did you start and why did you start a Studio Umbrella and Quick
So
Code?
I started back in 2005. So it's been over 18 years that I've
Wow.
been doing this. I
Okay.
actually, like a brief history, when I was in high school, it was growing up right when the internet just started,
Mm-hmm.
and I was into computers and into like basic programming and things like that.
Yeah.
And I had that experience, and then later on, when I went to school, I actually started in computer science, but then I left that because I wanted more design in my
Okay.
world. So I studied industrial design, like
Oh,
product industrial design. When I
yeah.
finished that, with my computer skills, I built myself an online portfolio. Then I built one for a friend of mine and another friend, and I was like, "Hey, I'm good at this. I enjoy it. Let's make some
Yeah.
money. I
Yeah.
can do this for a living." So I kind of shifted in that direction, learning how to code. I'm I'm self-taught in coding, and
Okay.
yeah, and so then basically it grew from there.
Yeah.
Doing, back in the day, whoever knows or heard of Flash, I started doing Flash. Then I
Okay.
moved over to HTML, and then with
Yeah.
time, about 10 years ago, I got into Shopify and WordPress and all that. Yeah,
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Cool. So like tech almost runs in your blood.
yeah, yeah, yeah. A little bit too much, even.
I think it's nice that you do it though, because I don't know a lot. Well, I do actually. I do know a lot of developers, but I've tried, I've dabbled in it, and it is not for me. It is very hard. It's very complicated.
Yeah,
So I always admire when people are like, "Yeah, I'm a developer. I've been doing that for a long time." I'm like, "That's so cool." I tried it.
yeah.
I sucked.
Well, it does depend. It does require a specific mindset, like a
Yeah.
logical type of thinking,
Yeah.
mathematical type of thinking. I
Yeah.
find it very, very challenging, and being able to also design and develop,
Yeah.
which is of course an advantage. I do tend to enjoy development much more than I do design.
Really?
It's much more challenging to me,
Okay.
to solve that problem. Why isn't it moving, or why isn't it
Yeah.
adjusting to the right, device, or to the right? And to finding that solution is really challenging and fulfilling when you do
Yeah.
find the solution. Yeah.
Amazing. Oh, I think you said it perfectly when you said you have to have the right mindset, because that for me is the reason why I sucked at coding. Because I was like, I'm so frustrated. It is not showing me what I wanted to show, and like I have to now go ask questions, and I have to Google, and you have
Yeah,
to phrase it the correct way. And I was like, and I
yeah,
hate
yeah,
cheating.
yeah,
Like I don't want to use AI, so I'm like, I want to work it out by myself, and I just get so
yeah.
frustrated. So
That's
I'm glad you
basically, I
find
mean,
the
you just kind of described my life learning. It was always Google, how do I do this? And getting frustrated it's not working. And then at the end of the day with coding, coders will definitely relate to this. So at the end
pressure.
of the day, something's not working, and then you find out you forgot a comma, or you
It's
forgot
just
a dot, and you're
exactly.
like, whoa.
And now you've like wasted
What
16
happens to
hours
that this
stressing
day with
about
all of my
something.
experience? Yeah,
That's when I
yeah,
was
yeah,
like, I'm done. This is not for me. I
yeah,
can
yeah,
design, but the coding itself is just not for me.
yeah,
But I love the people that like, the logical thinkers, the ones that find the joy in it. Like I love that.
yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
there's two people, and you got to stay in your lane. But you clearly can do both. So hats off to
Yeah.
you.
Thank you. Thank
So
you.
then what's your vision for Studio Umbrella and Quick Code?
So yeah, for Studio Umbrella, I mean the vision, it's not, I don't want to grow into this huge company or huge
Okay.
agency where I have, project managers and all this. I like to keep it small. It
Yeah.
would be nice to, maybe get another developer or another designer
Yeah.
as the business does grow.
Yeah.
And to get, steady workflow, which is up and down in this, it's always up and down.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
but yeah, I like it being intimate, and it's also an advantage for clients, where the communication, if he's talking
Yeah.
to a project manager, then the project manager has to talk to the designer has to talk to the
Mhm.
developer. There's a lot of stops along the way. Here you're
Yeah.
talking to me, and the the worst case is that I talk to my developer, but at the end of the day,
Yeah.
I'm, it's
In
me,
the
because
first place.
I do a lot of the work in any case. And
Yeah.
for Quick Code, it's just growing the business and getting more customers out there,
Yeah.
online, and just to grow, building that. I'm constantly building new sections. We
Yeah.
have, I think, about 60 now.
Okay.
The goal is to get to well over 100, of course, and
Yeah.
so yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. So then, with that, what are the challenges that you're facing at the moment?
So challenges are for the most part, it's just a steady flow of clients. I mean, I have recurring clients. I have clients
Mm-hmm.
that we work on an ongoing basis,
Yeah.
or like a monthly basis, and sometimes once in a few months. Hey, we need to add a page or to change a page,
Yeah.
or do something like that. And then to get
Okay.
those new clients, which usually
Yeah.
requires advertising, social media. Those are big challenges. I think social media is a big challenge for any business owner, because it's
Yeah.
time
Definitely.
consuming, and not
Mm-hmm.
everybody's so into it, and making
Yeah.
videos of themselves, and
Yeah.
reels, and spending time doing the creating the graphic, like the graphic design of the posts and everything. So that's a
Mm-hmm.
that's a, that's basically a big challenge,
Okay.
is to
Yeah.
get your name out there, and get new clients.
Yeah, definitely. So then,
But I've
yeah,
been
that kind
holding
of
up for 18 years, so something's been going right. So
right.
yeah,
I can, yeah, you can definitely safely say that, you're not doing
yeah,
too bad.
yeah.
But I guess, yeah, that, if you, it's a good thing that you know what your, like, which direction you're trying to go into, and what are your obstacles in that? If you know that, social
Hmm.
media is not your strength, then you can always find somebody who can assist you with that, just to get your name out there and to grow, so that
Hmm.
get to the second designer and third developer.
Yeah,
um,
exactly.
so lastly, what sort of help? Well, you've kind of answered this question, haven't you? So, the assistance that you would like from our community. So it's primarily a social media manager. Is that it?
Yeah, I mean, social media. I mean, I do dabble in Google Ads, and so that's a
Okay.
whole big monster in itself. And
Yes.
so I understand the basics of it, of course, and I
Yeah.
and I have a few campaigns running, but always getting an expert would be better.
Yeah.
Or even on a just guidance or a check-in or something like
Yeah.
that. And yeah, social media, whether it's posting, or creating reels, or whatever
Yeah.
it may be.
Yeah.
That would be the main. And of course, sometimes I do need a developer on the side to help
Okay.
with projects, or creating new sections or stuff like that.
Definitely.
So so yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And are you ready to, start networking in terms of the design space, or do you want to hold off on that at the moment?
I'm kind of I'm always open to meet new people, to meet
Hmm.
new, it doesn't mean I'm always like, hey, I meet, and then I just jump in
Yeah.
and start something like that. So usually
Hmm.
it depends. It depends on the timing,
Yeah.
budget wise, time wise, to say, hey, I'm
Yeah.
ready to jump into it. Um,
Okay.
but it's always great to meet new people, and new prospects that could help down the line.
Yeah. Okay, awesome, awesome. Yeah, and then lastly, have you thought like out of the box, not in terms of your immediate needs? I know that your immediate needs are social media networking,
Hmm.
social media, Google Ads, design and or developer, and then possibly a design person in the future. But like in terms of running the business or operational wise, have you thought about a bookkeeper, or somebody, a tax consultant, or somebody in finance to help you with those sort of functions?
I haven't really thought about it. I mean, I have accountant and bookkeeper basically, working well, with who I'm with.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, sometimes sales pops into my mind. Maybe a salesman or something
Okay.
that can do sales could help.
Yeah.
Um, Sometimes I dabble in the idea of, some sort of business partner, or somebody who can kind of, I don't know if the word guide is the right word, but maybe
Okay.
coach or
Okay.
mentor how to, grow the business.
Yeah. Okay.
I would be open
Interesting.
to thinking about that option. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great,
Yeah.
great. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time, Ronan. We definitely do have, a rich pool of talent that would be able to assist you in all those roles, and they'd be excited to embark on this journey with you. So I can't wait to see who you decide to partner up with, and what the future holds for Studio Umbrella. But thank you so much for spending, this time with me, and letting me and the community know what you guys do. And yeah, and I wish you all the best in the future. Happy 2024.
Great. Thank you. To you too. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks.